Even if we didn't know we was gonna sell a lot, we wanted to at least sell enough so he can make his money back.
Regardless of whether we realize we planned to sell a ton, we needed to essentially sell enough so he can bring in his cash back. Some of you might not have acknowledged that I'm not piece of the club. He's been hospitalized now for what his family's calling an unexpected problem. And that the fact of the matter is out seems to be ice 3D square is letting the cat out of the bag on the clouded side of media outlets. The unbelievable rapper as of late transferred a digital recording via virtual entertainment that surprised the web block, uncovered that Jamie Foxx was punched by the elites in the background blocks. Cases have tossed the whole world into a stressed craze. Jamie Foxx is mysteriously gone since his lamentable health-related crisis, and individuals are beginning to pose inquiries. Stay with us, folks. Since we have all the deets on this continuous scheme, the American rapper O'Shea Jackson Sr., also called Ice 3D Square, has offered a few dangerous comments that have deeply impacted the world. Ice 3D Square as of late transferred a class from his digital recording via virtual entertainment, guaranteeing that he isn't a piece of the insider club that has a large portion of the superstars available to its. No matter what, some of you might not have acknowledged that I'm not piece of the club's solid shape. Then proceeded to uncover that his crowd is likewise not piece of the club. You see, all the celebs that are important for the business elites additionally engender the unlawful plan to their crowds. Subsequently, they normally make them part of this supposed club. A ton of you paying attention to me on the spot. You're not piece of the club either. Now you may be considering what is going on with this club. Well, I solid shape deciphered the code on the business elites. He made sense of that, despite the fact that the club believes that every one of the powerful figures should be under them. They get annoyed when the hotshot, such as Solid Shape himself, will not submit to what makes them so distraught. Is the point at which you would rather not be a piece of the club that annoys them? Well, the purported secret society impacts its individuals, lives one of them purportedly being Jamie Foxx. And the word on the road is that Jamie has been on their hit list for a long while. Appears as though the business is faithful to nobody yet itself. As per ICE, all the celebs need to confront this club at least multiple times in their vocation. I'm discussing the club of watchmen that we as a whole got to manage. You see, what individuals don't understand is that the guards are liable for substantially more than keeping the presence of this club out of the public's eyes. So it isn't out of the domain of plausibility that Jamie's flow health-related crisis was some way or another connected with the Hollywood elites. You could definitely realize that Jamie Foxx was shooting his movie back in real life with Cameron Diaz preceding the demise alarm, yet the movie creation was loaded with issues. In view of the fundamental lead, The Sun detailed that James had tossed a strap over the creation that has prompted 4 individuals being sacked. A source additionally said there have been a few issues on set and Jamie has had a significant implosion over it. All he requested the issues be arranged right away and sacked 4 of the creation staff, as though that would supernaturally advance the circumstance. Besides, page 6 revealed that the Beamstar is accepted to have pitched a fit and discharged a chief maker, 2 chiefs and his driver. Because of the multitude of challenges of recording and creation stress, James immediately became sick, with not a great reason from his group or his family. Foxx experienced an intense health-related crisis that landed him in the emergency clinic. Yet a podcaster, A.J. Benza, asserted to Divya Drupinski on his digital recording show Ask Mr. Drew that Foxx had a blood coagulation that prompted a stroke and turned out to be to some degree deadened and blind. After he got a coronavirus antibody, he claimed that Foxx had to get an immunization while he was dealing with a movie. The podcaster guaranteed he had a source in the room. The case circulated around the web via online entertainment, with extreme right observers like Candace Owens sharing their considerations. Their quietness appears like there is a veracity to this case. We are in general pausing our breathing to see whether Jamie Foxx stands up despite the fact that James' baffling ailment is exceptionally stressing to his fans and friends and family. The equivalent doesn't seem like the case for Cameron Diaz. One of the most discussed trick drifting around is that Cameron truly constrained James to get hit up with the immunizations. It is fairly fascinating that Cameron has been withdrawn from her long-lasting companion and co-star Jamie Foxx since his puzzling hospitalization in April. A dear companion of Diaz told the Day-to-Day, male Cameron has not addressed James by any stretch of the imagination and is clueless other than whatever she hears to add to that minutes of ghastliness. Uncovered that James was to be sure informed that his profession would endure in the event that he didn't get the immunization endorsed by the business. Amy Fox was told in the event that you don't get the jab, you will be boycotted from Hollywood's. Not shocking that the business has not done this. Interestingly, Ice 3D Shape has of late approached and uncovered in a meeting with Joe Rogan that he truly went through something almost identical to what befell James in the background. The deadly infusion rapper uncovered that he was additionally booked for shooting a film sometime prior, yet abruptly the creation stopped because of puzzling issues. As per him, every one of the makers in the business wouldn't project him except if he got the jab they had suggested. Hollywood concluded that they don't need anyone on their film set that haven't gotten an immunization. Yet Ice rushed to understand that it was not the makers who believed that him should submit to it, was somebody greater than them. Ice made sense of that, each maker making a similar interest raised his temper on the issue, since for what other reason would everybody interest to get him jabbed except if somebody higher in the established pecking order was directing to them next. And I'm similar to, yet it's every creation. So you mean, let me know, each maker in Hollywood has this order: offer me a reprieve in light of Ice's refusal to get poked. He didn't get the film. The most bizarre thing is that Ice didn't tell anyone what had happened, yet some way or another, the news sources got its breeze. It's very clear who released the data, isn't it? I didn't tell individuals not to go get immunization. I didn't let individuals know that I'm not doing this film since I would rather not be immunized, yet some way or another. Some way the news hit the all of you realize distributing individuals' clinical history without assent is unlawful. Yet there were no ramifications for any news sources. It's fairly obvious that somebody enormous was behind it. 3D Shape made sense of that. It was only a strategy to compel him to acknowledge their requests. Everything that they need is for individuals to say to me, I'm dumb. The fact is, Ice would have made a few gobs of cash in the event that he had obeyed the higher-ups and received any available immunization shots. Yet, when he didn't, given that frame of mind to peer pressure him into it, well, unfortunate development club, cause it didn't stage 3D Shape the slightest bit. And I'll do anything for $9 million. How moronic can block be? And I couldn't care less about that later. Solid Shape made sense of that. The antibody had caused more damage than great. Also, the elites got numerous police officers shot from their post since they would not get immunization. Yet later on, the inoculated faculty purportedly became ill because of secondary effects, and they needed to employ police officers back to chop the deficiency down. They terminated many individuals. You realize